top rung of the ladder to the monkey bars. After weeks of going across these bars on my shoulders, somehow today she's decided that she's ready and she's climbed to the top of this ladder on her own. Then, all of a sudden, her eyes are searching for me. I smile. I know she's got this, and she catches my confidence and begins the journey. But then, 2 or 3 bars in, she realizes exactly how far her feet are from the ground, and a panic look reaches me. I give her another one of my grins and nod. I know she's got it. And then she zooms the rest of the way across. And her confidence in doing that is just one more thing I'm able to meet her in. And after approximately 3 seconds, jumping up and down in my arms, she's launched to another part of the playground, ready for another adventure. What's happening in small moments like this one? Attachment. Attachment is the bond that emerges between caregivers and their infants. If a caregiver is responsive and available, a child grows up to be secure. If a parent is unresponsive or inconsistent, that child might grow up to experience insecurity, sometimes in ways that color their experience with anxiety, and other times in ways that cause a strategy of avoidance. The job of caring for very young children is about presence. In the beginning, it's about responding to care needs as warmly and quickly as you can. But it later becomes about nodding with a smile when they begin an adventure that you know that they're capable of, but also being there to process when they come back. This means you are brave. This means you are strong. And if I've done my work well as a mother, in the moments where Eleanor needs it most, she'll hear that message inside of her bones. It's what psychologist Robert Caron calls a background sense of well-being. And it's associated with things like higher educational gains, better health outcomes, and lifelong happier relationships. And it honestly just sounds lovely. Unfortunately, only about 50% of us receive this gift from our parents. Every day, I spend time working with leaders and organizations across Western New York and beyond. I'm an organizational development consultant, so I work in strategic planning, facilitation, and training. I recently sat in a boardroom with a group of managers who were struggling with a member of their team. Amanda was a pain, they said. She was such a huge pain. She was always whining. She came back with every question. It was so difficult to work with her. I said, wait a second, that sounds like a new name. When did Amanda join the team? Oh, like a month ago, they said. I realized that she was in a new role, in a brand new position, for the first time supervising employees, and also required for the very first time in her life to secure her own grant funding to run her program. Amanda was standing at the top rung of the ladder to the monkey bars, waiting for someone to look at her and say, "You've got this. You are brave and you are strong." The truth is, from slavery to child coal miners, we've always done a terrible job of treating our workforce like human beings. But the Industrial Revolution really solidified the idea that humans plus machines equals increased widget productions. We have become a numeric part of an equation, and integers are not expected to have feelings about their role. The Industrial Revolution has transformed our beliefs about our families, neighbors, and friends from being human beings to being pieces of an economy that is or is not paying off. And this is not just wrong, it's irresponsible and it's destructive. I think it's time that we go back to some basics. Before the dawn of attachment science in the 1950s, we believed that infants wanted to spend time with their primary caregivers because it met their primal needs. We believed that we wanted to be with our moms because they fed us and they kept us warm and safe from danger. Henry Harlow dove in with an experiment with rhesus monkeys that changed all of that. Isolating monkeys from their mothers, he provided 2 pretend mothers available for them. One that looked like a scary, angry robot, and another that was set up more like a teddy bear with cuddleable cloth. And Harlow is, not known for being nice because he gave the milk to the scary-looking mother with jagged edges and angry wires, and The monkey's behavior taught us a lot about connection, because even when the robot monkey was the one that had milk available to give, the monkey baby spent most of its day on the cuddleable cloth mother. Harlow proposed, and researchers like Bowlby and Ainsley proved, that transaction was not the source of human connection, that in fact, we connected to one another for security and for safety. Romantic relationships were also thought to be about getting what you wanted from your partner with the least amount of trouble to yourself and your person. But couples therapy ran on this idea for decades, and divorce rates continued to climb. Researcher Sue Johnson suggested that our attachment bonds actually extended to our romantic partnerships in adulthood, and she built a model where couples got to learn about their styles and take what they had learned and apply it to emerge safer and in less distress, avoiding real attachment panic that could come from the disruption of their bonds. We have believed that two critical human relationships were about transaction over connection, and we were wrong. Research has proven this wrong for decades, but we still hold this belief about employees and their supervisors. We believed that if we paid employees well enough, and leaders were decent communicators who offered occasional incentives, that workers would be happy. But it's not true. The workforce is the most transient that it's ever been. And let's be honest, people are not leaving their positions. They're leaving their managers. And new research from UKG says that most employees, 69%, rate their supervisor as having a significant impact on their mental health. That's almost as high as romantic partners were rated. It's time that we acknowledge the significance of this primary relationship. Collaboration is built into the circuitry of our emotions, on the foundation of our attachment needs, and we can't leave this behind us. Without it, we wouldn't have been able to collaboratively hunt, to migrate, to raise children together, and we certainly wouldn't be standing here at TEDx Buffalo. If we didn't have this capability, we would never have been able to grow our brains or stand upright, and there are so many things about our daily life that would not be a part of our experience. So it's time that we begin thinking about how to apply attachment to our workplace. There's a model of parenting called the circle of security. In it, the parent stands open and available to their child as they move through phases throughout the day. First, launching forward into adventure, and then returning for a safe place to process. Another similar model is taught by Sue Johnson in emotionally focused couples therapy. In it, both partners stand open to each other, aware of their own styles and the interactions between them, and in holding space for different styles, couples emerge more secure and safe. I believe that we are all in the midst of these circles with one another at all times. We exist in a web of interconnection, and our sense of being well connected with enough safety to stretch and explore gives us the opportunity to be our best selves at work. When a supervisor or client assigns me a task, I launch forward, ready for adventure, and then when it's accomplished, I return, ready for a place to process the information that I've gained, share it with my team, and even at 40, I'm still hoping for a little bit of gratitude from the people that I've worked with, to be seen, to be valued for the work that I've created. I think that all of us are living in those spaces, and I think that there's a difference between folks who are experiencing an avoidant attachment style, who might prefer more touch points and more opportunities for engagement, and then folks who have an avoidant style, who might prefer to work more independently. Your anxiously attached folks will need more points of connection, while your avoidantly attached folks might need boundaries on their independence. Both need a place to process, and they need gratitude and acceptance. And they need to benefit their team with the information that they've gained while they were working out in the community. It's critical that we provide these different functions for our different team members with their different styles. You might be used to seeing organizational charts that look like this one, primarily downward in focus and unidirectional. But I'd like to suggest to you that organizational charts really look like this. We exist in loops of relationship with every single person on our team. Information doesn't just flow upwards, and it doesn't just flow from the top. Instead, we're interconnected with every single member of our team and every single relationship, from your CEO to the person that delivers mail to your desk. Here's what we also know. People can grow in security. Suppose that we can make room for safety and adventure in our workplaces. Suppose that we can allow employees to be released for adventure and then welcomed back to a safe place to process. What could those folks create? We know that parenting interventions make it possible for insecure children to become more secure in their relationship with their parents. We know that attachment-focused couples therapy allows couples in relationships to gain more security with one another, and that in both of those cases, there are impacts that are lifelong in every area of their life. So here's the challenge. Can going to work make people feel more secure? Can we build workplaces that have room for different attachment styles and that build safety into their protocol? Together, we can build workplaces that make room for employees to do their best work with the space they need for adventure and also the opportunity to return and learn and celebrate. Let's go climb some monkey bars.